blood web, here's what happens. The blood web, you have to buy all of those things in there, right? Once you buy all of those things in there, they then transfer. The stuff that you buy transfers into your loadout, all right? Once you get everything you can get on the blood web, it goes to the next level. So next one, once you buy all those things, you'll go to level 2. Once you buy all those things, you'll go to level 3. Then after a while, once it gets big like mine is, you wind up having to pick and choose because you only have so many things you can get per web.
I'm about to get 3.
Yeah.
All right. So now go back to the loadout.
Oh, woman.
Now you see it where it says perks, right?
It's about like 130.
Right. So with the perks,
for about my
you got
like
hold on.
I'm about to. Well, I'm getting it in parts, which is why. So like I'm getting my forearm done first, which is about 80.
All right. I had to mute Fox. I couldn't hear what I was saying. All right. So you're in the loadout now, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you see where it says perks. All right. You can click on that first slot. And then you should see 3 perks in yellow at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
All right. So those are all your 3 perks that she starts with. And every perk starts off at level 1, all right? As you go through the blood web, they'll reappear. If it's green, that's level 2, and there's also that little slash above it that lets you know level 3. And if it's purple, purple is level 3. Green is level 2 and yellow is level 1. It maxes out at level 3. And so all it is the perks just get better as they get higher up, all right? Once you get up to your character being a level 30, I think is the first one, you have 3 perks, right?
Yeah.
Those perks become teachable perks, what they call teachable perks, which means you can then get those perks in other people's blood webs. The first one unlocks at level 30, all right? So once you get level 30, one of your perks will come up and it'll be orange. The orange ones are the teachable ones, and that's what getting it does. Once you get that, it doesn't add or boost up. You can only get it after you've got level 3 anyway. But then the next one, it doesn't boost you up. It just makes it teachable to everybody else, but it randomly shows up in other people's blood webs, right? The second one unlocks at level 35, and the third one unlocks at level 40. All right? And those are your teachable perks. Now, far as loading these perks up, all right? You get your first perk to unlock when you come in, right? Your second perk unlocks at level 5. So once you get up to level 5, you'll be able to put 2 perks, 5, 10, and 15. So once you're at level 15, you got all the perks you can use. The question is, what level or how good are they going to be? All right?
Yeah.
Now, those are your perks. All right? So if you go up to add-ons, which you shouldn't have any add-ons at this point because you haven't bought anything. But add-ons, you click on that add-on, and that, or not add-on, but the item or whatever, the first one, that's the item that you're going to bring with you, all right? And then every item has 2 slots that you can put something else on, which are add-ons. And some of the add-ons do specific things, like they're only for med kits or they're only for toolboxes or whatever. You got to read what those things are. Those are the things that you collect in your blood web, and this is the part that I wish somebody explained to me. Some of those things in your blood web are fucking trash. And if you can avoid them, avoid them. There's no reason to have them. You're not going to use them. You're not going to want them. And there's other things that are really dope in your blood web that you should try to get at all times, almost regardless of what the cost is. Like, for example, there's a green toolbox. There's 2 green toolboxes. One of them has 16 charges. One of them has 32 charges. The one that has 32 charges, you always want to try to get. And then like stuff like add-ons for the toolboxes or the med kits, depending on like what you're trying to do or how you're trying to run it. So if you got questions, just ask, and I'm sure any one of us could help you tell you which perk is the better one to get. It's going to be based on your play style. Now, from there, if you go over to offering, you won't have any of these again either. But these are also things you get out of your blood web. And these offerings can do different things. Like, for example, I have one that says tremendously increases the chance of spawning the hatch in the main building. There's some that add to your blood points, grants 100% blood points. There's some that bring you to specific boards. There's some that darken the mist, so there's a variety of things that you can use for your offerings in the game. And the killer has the same setup, just different stuff. All right? Customization is just we don't need to go into that. That's just, you can fuck around with that on your own time when there's, you know, it's skins and shit like that. The store at the bottom.
Affect the fucking play and shit?
No, there's no bone. It's just a look. I mean, if anything, the most effect it might have is visually. Because once you get to play the killers, you'll see how their vision is. They don't have the same vision we have. Their vision is smaller, like their circle radius of where they can see. It's kind of tunnel vision, so they can't really see. They don't have really good peripheral vision, and it's limited, and it's a little foggy and dark. So you can't. They don't have great vision, but they really can sense movement. So if they see something moving, they can sense you. But there's times where you can literally just crouch down in a corner, and they'll walk right past you because they don't see you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's why I said it's very important to play the killer, and then also understanding how those killers move, because some of them have special abilities that let them do different things. Like I was trying to tell you about the doctor. The doctor has this shock therapy where he'll hit this thing, and if you're in the vicinity of him, a certain range, you'll stop, you'll scream out where you are, and a highlight will show up on him to show where you're at. The thing is, now I used to get nervous as fuck when that would happen to me, because I'm like, oh shit, he's going to be right on me. He knows exactly where I am. Here's the thing. When he does that, it pauses him for a second. He's stuck there for a second. So if you move out and you're smart about moving out, by the time he gets there, you're already gone.
Oh,
See, I didn't know that. Right, it doesn't continue. It just shows where you are at that moment, and then he has a delay before he can move, so it gives you a second to try to move around and hide. Now here's the thing. Running, all right? When you run in this game, when you run, you leave these red scratch marks behind you. You can't see them, but the killer can. If you play the killer, then you'll be able to see what we're talking about. You can't see them, but the killer can. And they're everywhere you run, you leave scratch marks on the floor, on the wall. They're kind of sporadic or whatever. But they follow your direction. When you stop running, they stop. Those scratch marks stay for 10 seconds. All right? So if you're just walking through the map running, it's not a good idea, especially because they're bright red scratch marks in a dark ass board. So the killer, he might not see you, but he can see them scratch marks from, you know, down the road. Yeah. And so that's how they use those to track you. And like some of this stuff, like I said, I'm just making you aware of it, but a lot of this stuff you're only going to get through experience learning. Yeah. All right, you just got to fuck with it. Trying to dodge killers, drop pallets, stuff like that. Is Fox still talking, or is he done talking? Fox.
Yo, bro.
Yeah. You been hearing me?
Yeah.
Right,
I didn't want to fuck up.
Oh yeah, you was conversating. I couldn't hear what he was saying, so I muted you.
Yeah.
But if you heard what I was saying, you can add in because he's never played this game at all. So add into all the shit that I'm missing.
So I'm gonna give you 3 perks that you're gonna want to get in your blood wed immediately. Well, this is just because you know you're starting off the game. Eventually, you'll get better ones later. Now, Spine Chill. Spine Chill allows you to know if the killer is looking in your direction. He doesn't tell you where, but it tells you when he's looking in your direction. Best perk for people who don't know where the killer is but want to like move around.
Now, just to be fair, I 100% disagree.
He'll disagree, but if you've been playing the game as long as I have, it's definitely a good perk to have.
Here's what I say. Because I think it's preferential based on the type of player you are. All right, so Spine Chill.
Yeah.
It's like Spine Chill, for example, right? Here's my problem with it. It is a good perk if you can use it properly, but it doesn't. So if it's a purple one, you pick it up from a very far distance, right?
Yeah.
So the killer's looking at you, but he's nowhere by you, and he's not looking at you because he can't see you. He's just looking in your direction. So that might just be he might be chasing somebody else. He might be doing something else, and that Spine Chill goes off. Now that Spine Chill, when I was running it, would make me apprehensive as fuck. Because in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, the killer's coming. Oh shit, the killer's coming. And he's not coming. He's on the other side of the board. He's just looking in that direction at a glance or whatever. And so you wind up fucking up skill checks, or you wind up getting off the generator when you shouldn't. When I took that off, and it was a thing that I no longer had to focus on, I just started listening to the heartbeat, dude, and I started killing it on generators. I didn't have that apprehensive shit that I needed, and plus it opened me up to put some other shit on, like Prove Thyself or something that helped me actually get generators done faster. That Spine Chill is, like I said, it can be beneficial in times, but depends on what type of player you are. If you're the type of player who's running around the map, getting people off hooks and healing people, then you definitely want Spine Chill. That's going to help you a fucking lot.
I'm gonna say, yeah, he's kind of right on it. It's like a double-edged sword, but at the same time, it's still a good perk, but still at the same, you gotta get used to it.
You got to know what you're doing to
want.
operate it.
Yeah, because my spine, I fucking love Spine Chill, but the second perk you're gonna want, it's on Claudette, Empathy. Empathy lets you know where everyone's at who has been injured, damaged, or like downed. Like you literally have a visual of where they're at.
Now,
Knowing where your teammates at is the best part of this game because you know if they're getting chased or not, and you also know if the killer's in that vicinity. Definitely a good perk.
and see,
since you're
again,
starting
I would
off-
disagree. I would disagree again. Would say that it's again based on preference. Empathy is great if you're a healer, but if you're doing generators, like there's so many other perks that are more beneficial to a generator player. Like
Yeah,
empathy.
that's the thing though. But like, you're a generator player. I'm
Yeah,
like
I
getting
am.
him ready
Yeah,
to like
yeah.
predict where the killer. I want him to know where
Yeah.
the killer is. That way, like, you can do all that, but knowing where the killer is definitely more beneficial, because now you have time to figure out which generator to work on and how to get around it. Because remember, we get gen camp sometimes, and that shit is terrible.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
So-
You don't get to see, and that's why I said there's other ones that are beneficial because you don't get to see the killer. You just get to see people, and you only get to see them if they're injured. If they're not injured and they're perfectly fine, then you don't see shit. So it doesn't necessarily tell you stuff. It's great if you're the healer and you're trying to find people to heal, because then you can see them across the map, run up on them, and go heal them up. Which that becomes necessary, especially against certain killers. Like I said, again, it's about the type of player you turn out to be. And I just fit what feels comfortable for you. Like for me, I am really, I think Fox, you'd agree, I'm not the greatest at getting motherfuckers off hooks.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. I've died multiple times just sitting
Yeah.
there. Just
Yeah,
sitting there.
I'm not
First
the
time
greatest.
this hook sitting there.
I'm not the greatest at getting people off hooks, and healing. I try to be an independent player for the most part. Like I can help out, but I run self-care. I run Prove Thyself. So if somebody happens to jump on a generator with me, we start cooking it out, and I usually carry a toolbox. Because for me, I run with people like Fox. Like Fox is pretty dope at getting motherfuckers off hooks and healing them up. Soldier's pretty good too about knowing the timing for that shit. And locate, like I said, they run that Spine Chill, so it's easy for them to know where the killer's at when going to do it. I run up and try to get motherfuckers off hook and get chopped in the back.
Shit.
Or I get people off hooks and I don't know what the fuck they do, but they run off some direction. I run off a different direction. That killer is always on my ass. So
Yeah. Another good perk, well, if you want to do what Pro does and do gen rushing, Prove Thyself. Prove Thyself.
Prove
is
Thyself
definitely
is
a good-
money.
Is a definite perk that you want to grab, because it allows you to encourage and also make the meter move faster while you're working on a gen with someone or in their vicinity. Definitely a good choice.
And see, based on how I play, that's what I would say is the best perk in the game, is the Prove Thyself, because it doesn't just, it gives you a 15% added bonus to your speed on repairing gens for every person that's in the vicinity. So if you got a person working on the gen, then you got a 15% boost. If another person's working on the gen with you, then you got a 30% boost. And if there happens to be another motherfucker in the vicinity that's within that range, they don't even have to be on the generator. Just as long as they're in that range of you, that's another 15%. You could be doing generators at damn near a 45% boost.
Yeah. Another perk, which I'll say would definitely be the best one, because it's definitely good for a late game. Adrenaline. Adrenaline is one of the best perks. The moment you get all the generators started, you get healed 1 health state. The best perk you could ever have, because
Here's
when
the
you're
thing.
in clutch mode, it's amazing.
Here's the thing. I will agree that bitch is dope. Because here's the thing. If you're on a hook when it happens, it doesn't kick in. The second you get off the hook, it kicks in.
I'm fully healed.
Like you're
I
fully
can take
healed
a
off the
protection
hook,
hit for
and then you can
myself.
run at 150%. Like it is the shit. The problem with it is only an end game perk,
Yes.
and What's the other problem with it?
It's-
You have to
it's
you
only
have
an
to you
endgame
have to
perk.
give up something else for it. It's
You
the
get
same.
exhausted.
It's the
You get
same with
exhausted.
no. I mean, like you have to. It takes up a perk spot.
Oh yeah.
Like
Because
I'd
of
argue
unbelievable.
it's the exact same as Deliverance, right? So Deliverance is a
Yeah.
perk that if you unhook somebody safely, if you get put on the hook, then your first time that you get put on the hook, you can get yourself off. You don't need anybody to get you off. You're just broken for a duration of time. Now the problem with that perk is that if you get hooked first, then it's no good. You can't, because the second time you get hooked, an animation happens that you can't get yourself off. Period. You got to struggle till somebody else gets you off. But if you get hooked first, then that's just a wasted slot of a perk. It's money if you use it, especially at the end of the game when the killer's trying to camp and people are running off. That shit's money. It's just a matter of getting to that position. If you can't get to that position, then you just wasted a slot. Adrenaline is, like I said, that's that deal. Long as you got people opening generators.
Of course. Like, I fucking love adrenaline. That's pretty much all for the perks that I can like think of right now. Another perk that I definitely say would look out for. That's if you want to do prediction routes. Like Feng Min. Feng Min is a character with a lot of prediction and generator control technician. She has a move called Technician that stops the generator from exploding and letting the killer know where it's at. Most killers got perks that like allows them to see if two people are working on it, or if someone's working on it, he can just kick it and then run off, and then it's like a yellow marker for him. He can see it everywhere. But Feng Min has alert. She also has lift. Lift is when she hops through a window, she gets a 15% speed boost, and on top of that leaves no scratch marks.
And we can
Alert.
explain more because now we're gonna overload him with shit he doesn't even have access to.
Yeah,
right now.
like
There-
you right now
there's
using
shit-
Claudette.
Yeah, there's
Heal
shit we
it.
can
She can heal
explain to you as you go on and as you're getting the stuff. And if you have questions, just ask and we'll explain it to you. Claudette, the reason why she's the first one you play is because she has self-care. That should be the first thing you put on is self-care. That means you get to heal yourself. That is unique to
Without a
her.
med kit.
Yeah, that is. You don't need a med kit. You don't need any of that shit. You can just heal yourself. You don't need a med kit to heal other people. All right. You can automatically heal other people when you run up on them to heal them, and they can heal you without a med kit. Med kits make it go faster, and med kits allow you to heal yourself if you don't have self-heal. But that self-care, man, is I don't understand why people don't run it. It's fucking it takes
Some people
slower.
just don't have it.
It's slower, but it's like a mandatory. Notorious is one that never runs it. And I'm constantly like, nigga, why don't you ever have that bitch? Because if you can't heal yourself, if you're full health, unless the killer has like a totem or a hex, they hit you one time, and then you're injured. And you get like a sprint burst off of them with their paws so you can try to like maneuver to get away a little bit. Or at least keep them on a run. That's another thing. If the killer's chasing you, try to keep that killer chasing you for as long as possible. And let everybody know in the party that the killer's on you, because then we all jump on gens comfortably. We get the skill checks, we get knocking them down, so by the time the killer knocks you, puts you on a hook, we're at halfway to 75% done at the gens. And when you got 2 or 3 of them bitches popping off at the same time, that's the loveliest sound you'll hear in this game. 3 gens popping off consecutive, pow, pow, pow. Oh shit.
That's
Made that shit
satisfying
crack.
noise, too.
It's so
That's
good. It's
satisfying.
such, and I guarantee it makes the killers shit themselves. Because a second ago, nigga, it was only 1 generator done. Now they only got 1 to go. Yeah,
Yeah,
but and when you're running when you get some of the more advanced stuff, like I said, my dream team running with is me, Soldier, Fox, Shinobi, and Notorious. Like, however, whatever 4 out of those 5 combination we run, because we have good chemistry together, we communicate constantly, and we set our players up to be positional players. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can take a perk from this one. Like, there's prototypes to the like in Madden, right? In Madden, how you got the prototypes for the players. There's prototypes to how you can build your character. You can have like an evasion runner, who basically the 4 things that you see on the list at the end for you to get the medals on, those are the 4 prototypes you can build. Somebody who's evasive, somebody who does gen, somebody who's a healer, somebody who
It's a buffer, like someone who
Yeah.
runs around with buff.
right.
perks.
And those all contribute to other people. And it's like, so we'll talk to be like, who's running what? Because there's not really a point in doubling up on some of the perks, or if we're running 2 prove thyself, right? If I'm Dwight and somebody else is Dwight. Well, you can only be affected by one prove thyself at a time. So it doesn't make sense for me, like, I guess it still works with the two Dwights working on each other, but it's more beneficial if the two Dwights split up and go with the other people and work on gens. And it's always faster to do gens together. So if you can do that, do it. But like I said, that's about as much as I can get just offhand that I know to tell you about. As far as explaining so you understand the game of what you're doing. Instead of just running out here freeballing it. Now the rest of it, you just going to have to learn in session. And like I said, feel free to ask the questions you need to ask to get the answers that you need. The killer has a...
Should I lower the volume?
On what?
What says, like, should I lower the music and like, leave the main volume, or does that even matter?
If anything, I would have the game volume slightly higher than the chat volume. You still want to hear what we're saying, but you need to hear. So you're gonna hear when the it's called the terror radius. When you're in the killer's terror radius, you'll have a heartbeat that starts going off. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. The harder it gets, ba-boom, 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 the closer the killer's getting to you. All right? So typically when you start hearing that, that's when I typically try to get up off a generator. Unless I'm really close to the end, and that's why I'm a gen guy. Like Notorious is one too. If that gen is about to pop, we're just going to let the killer's just going to have to get us. I'm going to finish this gen. I'm just going to get put on a hook. If your focus the entire game is how do I escape, you're going to be a liability to the team and nobody's going to want to play with you. You need to go in with the mentality of let's try to get one of us to escape. People are going to die, man. That's what happens. Sometimes you got to take hits for the team. We try to alternate taking hits for the team. Who gets stuck? If somebody's getting camped. If you're getting camped, you put up that fight the whole time so people can get them gens done. Like, it sucks when somebody's getting camped and they're just like, fuck it, I'm getting camped, man. I'm just going to die. It's like, nigga, you could have gave us another couple minutes because once you die, he leaves and comes for us. Yeah. Even though you was going to die, take that hit for the team, man. That's an extra 30 seconds on these gens. And the gens take 180 seconds, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
180 seconds to complete?
Yes.
3 minutes.
That's a long ass 3 minutes.
You have no fucking idea. You have no idea, especially when you're on one and you've been on one for a minute and you haven't heard a heartbeat and you're just anticipating the killer to come. And there's a couple killers that don't have heartbeats. So they just appear behind you and you pee a little bit.
And there's that one person who wants to be helpful who ends up popping the gen like a dick.
Yep. Yep.
And it
that's the biggest thing. If you fuck up a skill check, not only does it set off a huge bang that alerts the killer to where y'all are at and what you're up to, but it causes the gen to go backwards in the progress. So it doesn't just stay where you were. It drops you back, 25%. And now you have to recoup that. Yeah, 25%. You had to recoup that up. It sucks.
And it has like a 10-second pause because it got to reboot itself. Like,
yep.
It's so stupid.
It's
but at the same
worst.
time, it brings into that whole pressure feeling like you got to like really move.
And then here's the other part about it. When you, I can't stand it. Majority of the time I fuck up skill checks is when I'm working on a gen with somebody and they fuck up a skill check. Because it fucks up, it creates a loud bang, and then there's a spark that happens in front of you. And the skill check happens in the center of your screen. Now you hear an audible like ding, and then know that the skill check's coming. Like when you hear that ding, you hit L1 when it hits in the bar. All right, it's like a circle, and there's like a thing that you know, like a pointer that goes around the circle, and once it gets into the good zone, the success zone, that's when you got to hit L1. If you hit it in the beginning, where it's all white, that's considered a great skill check, and those give you progression. So as you hit those, it actually boosts you up further on the gen. Good skill checks give you slight ones. but they still boost you up. You just the bottom line is just hit the skill checks. Don't fuck those up.
Yeah.
Those are horrible. And if you're like for me, like Colin, I will not go on a gen with Colin. If Colin comes to the gen I'm on, I tell him get the fuck up. Big Dog too. I started doing that with Big Dog too, man. Get out of here. You're just gonna make this take so much longer than if I'm just doing it by myself.
Liz, I never forget this. I remember we was running with Big Dog, and I was trying to do a gen. It was like one of the final gens, cause Pro just popped like 2, and Black popped another one across the map, and the killer was running over there. Killer was in the middle of the map. I never forget the Leatherface's U-turn when he popped that gen and looked me dead in my soul. I swear to God, I was like, bro, why would you do that? And by the time I looked up and looked over where he was at, he was already gone. I was like, what the? And I'm getting chased by Leatherface, and then I get hook camp for the entire end of the. I've never been so mad.
Man, I'm telling you, it gets frustrating. And another thing is listen, man. You need to listen to what people are saying. That like communication is so big in this shit. Like to the point that a lot of us we don't if we don't have at least 2 or 3 of us in a group, we're not playing. I won't even play this game. Fuck being with solo. It's tough and aggravating.
Because it's fucking stupid. When you're like
it's so fucking stupid.
And someone's getting chased and they bring you to wherever
they bring
you're
the
at.
Killer right to where you're at. Like, dude, I'm fucking over here. Don't bring the killer here.
So I mean, yeah, trust me, you're gonna get the hang of it real quick. It's about like maybe like 4 games. You're gonna be like, okay, now I know what I'm doing. Now I know how to do this. Plus,
here's the thing, man.
Level 1, we're gonna get paired with dumb killers, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be hilarious.
It's like they tell some of these military people going into a war. It's like, dude, if you just accept that you're already dead, a lot of this shit gets out of the way.
A lot of that
anxiousness and anxiety, it's out of the way. You're already dead, man. Just do what you can do while you're here.
Yo, check out one. Big struggle X.
Like that killer, right? Sometimes that like killer, you feel that heartbeat on, and that bitch will be running up on you, and you swear they see you, so you get up and move. That motherfucker didn't see you. They just run in a direction, or they're chasing somebody else that you didn't see. Because you don't see the scratch marks. And you think they're coming for you, and you get up, and then that bitch sees you and comes straight for you. Like, if somebody's chasing... If you're getting chased on a generator and you run by me, as long as you don't bring that motherfucker right back so he can see where I am, I stay on the generator. That bitch going to have to break off you and come for me.
Listen, if I got about 10% left and I see the killer running towards me, I got Spine Chill on. Spine Chill allows me to work 15% faster on anything that I'm doing. So... I'm telling you, I'm staying committed. I don't care. He can come and get me if he wants to. I'm going to finish this gen before I get hooked.
Right. Gens are the most important thing to this game. That is crucial to your survival.
And if I can't, if I know I'm not going to survive, then I'm guaranteed going to make somebody else get out. Like,
yep.
For example, I'll make sure that I can hold myself on until you have enough time to find the hatch, and if you can find it, I'm gonna kill myself and let you get out.
Yep.
The hatch only opens up if everyone else is dead. Normally, I'm like maybe the last person to survive. Sometimes I'm like the second person to get hooked, you know. But I try to mediate between them, so make sure that everybody else is hurt. And if we're like down to the point where we be like only one of us is getting out of this bitch, then I'm gonna make sure the person who only got hooked once
can get out.
Yeah, like. I'll take protection hits. I'll do all that.
Like I said, man, playing that teamwork and knowing where your team is at. Like if Fox has already got 2 strikes on him, that means the next time he gets hit, he's on the hook. So if I can get him to run that killer by me, I'll run, take the protection hit, because I can afford to take a hit. Let that nigga get loose and let the killer chase me, because I ain't been on the hook yet. Go ahead and put me up there. Meanwhile, Fox runs off, goes and finishes up the gen I was on or whatever. Or goes and helps somebody else out. I get put on the hook. Y'all get that gen. He comes to you. Somebody gets me off the hook. It's that constant back and forth stuff. And you never want to go down. If the killer's chasing you, run as far away from that gen as you can. Don't get put on hooks that are right next to gens that need to be complete. Like my thing is when a gen's complete, those are the places I try to run to if I'm going to get downed. Because then, if he's over here, the gen's complete. Everybody else, if he camps, if he does whatever, just him even hooking me over here, means it gives all these other people that amount of time for him to hook me over here and still be able to get back to them on those gens.
Bro, listen. You had 3 chances to kill that man. You did. The dude who had him killed him. Like you suck.
That's another time too, Hugo, that it is acceptable to blow gens as a distraction. Yeah, to get the killer off somebody and maybe have him come to you. If they're in the area, blow up the gen real quick. Hopefully he runs off that person.
They definitely want us to die.
Or drop a pallet. Pallets make big noises that cause people to, or causes the killer to be alerted. Oh, it's the Huntress.
She throws axes. Tomahawk.
You staying?
Oh, shit.
Does she see you?
Yeah. Run from that fucking thing. Run from that stupid
All right,
shit.
Okay, I see you. Shit.
What the fuck, that bitch threw me?
Alright,
You know how to run?
We're about to get this. L1 is run.
You should have played the tutorial.
Oh, that's dope. She just took down the hook right by us, too.
No, it just alerted us to where the killer is.
No, she took out the hook behind us.
Yeah, she did.
Alright, she didn't see you. Oh, shit. Oh, what the fuck?
She got the one tomahawk throw.
Nah, dude, I ran into a fucking wall.
Let me go get Hugo.
I was looking back to see where she was and ran into a wall. She didn't pick me up, though. Oh, now she is.
What do you mean? You can't. I don't have the way to do that.
Hopefully that hook is still down. She can't go there. Oh, it's back. Ain't that a bitch? Oh, she's dumb. Oh, no, don't get me on the hook. Come on, keep waiting. No, bitch. Fuck.
I was trying to make sure that you had some time to get off the shoulder.
Fuck. I almost did. I needed somebody to sabotage that hook. I'd have been good.
Definitely would have. Couldn't even
Does
get
she
on.
not see you?
She forgot about me, probably.
No.
Now she's looking.
She must have Deer Stalker. She came right to you. Alright, so like somebody needs to come and try to get one of us off a hook. Like right now would be the right time because she's carrying him somewhere else.
Are you serious? Almost maxed out. Literally maxed it out.
Yeah, that's how I was too.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
She's got barbecue and chili, so when she hangs somebody, she can see where everybody else is at.
Yeah. Again, I should definitely make him play the tutorial. Go into the.
I loaded up
tutorial.
that fucking toolbox so nicely too. I can't believe I'm not even gonna get to use it.
I want you to know that this is a killer on me and pros level because
Yeah, and this random sucks. No, I'm stuck at the stage. He's coming for y'all.
Oh shit.
Oh, you gotta tap X so you don't go up there. Oh, what? How did he? Yo! Oh, he threw a tomahawk. I was like, nigga, how did he hit that bitch from that far away?
yo, what the fuck? I couldn't dodge the tomahawk and dodge her.
I can't believe I am losing all of this shit on this toolbox.
He just faced one of the hardest killers.
We might have to get a third to play with Hugo, man. He doesn't know what he's doing, and we can't afford a third that's just not being part of the team. And that doesn't understand that Hugo, you didn't do the tutorial yet?
On the tutorial.
Do the tutorial for the killer and for the survivor first. You already did that.
You already did it?
No, I thought he did. That's why I was like explaining. But it makes more sense now that he didn't. Why he wasn't understanding some of the stuff I was saying.
Yeah, because I'm also like when he got hit, he just stood in one spot. I'm like, normally you would jet boost off. But, you know, I don't expect you to be Usain Bolt, but I expect you to suddenly, you feel me?
Oh, this bitch just started limping as soon as she threw me that fucking first axe. I was holding. You gotta hold L1.
L1, yeah, you gotta hold it.
You gotta hold it.
Yeah, I was holding that shit, and that bitch was just limping and.
She's still limp. You run slower when you get hit the first time. You get an initial burst. Like, here's the thing: if that killer's on you, don't worry about scratch marks. The bitch can see you. Run your ass off. And here's the thing: that's why you need to play that tutorial real quick. So back out and go jump on that tutorial, because that's gonna show you how to jump through windows and drop pallets and stuff like that. Because those things are what give you space from a killer. You jump through a window, they're super slow. Well, I don't want to say they're super slow, but they're slower than you are getting over a window. So it gives you an extra little time to get away from them a little bit.
Oh my God!
Dropping a pallet on them or putting a pallet in front of them, not only does it stop them or slow them down, they can't go over the pallets. They either have to break the pallet or go back around. And if they go to break the pallet, if you're the killer and you do it, then you'll see what it is. But what happens is when they break the pallet, it causes the killer to look down at the pallet, and so he loses vision of you. And then he breaks the pallet, which takes like 2 or 3 seconds, and then he's back up on the chase. And typically they're following your scratch marks unless they can see you. So like that's that time where you want to duck behind something, stop running, and start being clever.
Pretty much. I'm gonna wait till he gets back. Just hard wait that long.
You said you're gonna what?
I'm gonna wait till he gets back. The tutorial ain't that long.
I'm gonna change up my challenge then, because I'm not trying to be a healer right now. Oh man, I'm just not. I'm working on it, but I'm not good enough to be the evade man yet.
As a Left 4 Dead player, how does it feel knowing that you run in front of your teammates' bullets? I need to know. Come on, Trey. People want to know. Why do you keep running in front of your teammates? You have a bad problem.
Oh, I could probably get some iridescence now. Alright, let me see about finding us a third. Qualified third.
That's a skill check. God damn.
Man, Phantasma's on.
We need somebody who's not high level so we don't get pinned up against like killers that are on our level and up. Like
Yeah, so we don't.
Because if we get Black in the party, Black is going to bring level
I already
6.
told him that. I said, dude, here's the thing. You yourself personally never want to play with Black. You don't ever want to do that shit. You will get fucking wrecked.
You suck.
Those killers suck.
No, you didn't. To do what? Exactly. You didn't even have a plan when you did it. You just saying you did it so you don't look dumb. You definitely look dumb as shit.
I'm not gonna lie, Fox. Don't you kind of be like, man, fuck you when Black want to get mad and shit?
Yeah, listen.
Like, nigga, this is your fault. This is all your fault. Like, nigga, we don't have these problems when you're not in the lobby.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I have been like level 2 at one point. So like, I'm not really mad at him bringing that. I just know what it's like to be that guy who brings in the real heavy killer. So it's not, hey. So I just let it rock. I just be like, okay, whatever, fuck it. I mean, but I do get kind of mad when y'all drop all the good shit and then we get one. Like, it's like, god damn it. Everybody drop Bloody Party streamers and I die first.
Man. I'm telling you, that shit be like, nigga, I didn't want these killers. I don't have these problems during the day when I'm not playing with you. Like I told him, man, I said, dude, I think maybe 10. What's the first letter that makes you go into purple?
It's 7.
7?
Maybe 8.
8 might sound more right. I still don't want to do that. I think 10 is about as far as I'm prepared to go. And after that, nigga, I'll start purposely losing. I'll start purposely losing. Fuck that. I'm not going into red. I don't even want to go into purple, man. Fuck purple.
Red is 5. Not 5. 4, 3.
No, I think it's 1 to 3 because Soldier's like 4 and he's purple still.
Okay, back to the negative. I had to make sure. But yeah, like that shit's annoying as hell. Because when you get into like those ranks, it's not about surviving or getting out of the gate. It's about how long you can last before the killer kills you.
And how much shit you can do and how much points you can rack up.
Yeah, like, you feel me?
That's what I was trying to tell Hugo. I was like,
about.
dude, you gotta understand, man. This game is not a. It's you can't be focused on escaping. Like that's not the point of the game. That's a nice, rewarding bonus. But one of y'all can get out, that's a win.
It's like that.
All
Most
four
of
of
the
you
time
get
it's-
out, that's an embarrassment to the killer. All four of you get out without anyone getting hooked, that killer should probably pack it up. This just might not be the game for you, bro.
Get back in the doorway and just wait.
Damn, see, Phantasma is on the game right now. He is sitting in a lobby, but I am sure he's been playing this game forever. I'm sure he's got to be at like a level fucking 8 or less. Try to pick up Johnny. But I don't know, man. He kind of be falling apart under pressure. And let me see if...
Listen,
Yeah, we need 1. Shit. We got 3.
if he's...
Oh, yeah, we're not
Oh.
playing with you. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yep, fuck no. We was just talking about how if we even get down to purple, I'm losing on purpose.
Listen.
That's 'cause it's daytime.
We're trying to teach Hugo how to play.
Yeah,
Like,
we're trying to
you
teach this man how to play this game. He ain't played it before, so.
He said playing a game with a level 5 and up killer is not the okay look. I swear.
And we're both at level 12, so he's not really getting the premier.
Hit you unless you were asleep. They buffed him to the point where he can now hit you in both states of being awake and sleep.
Now, see,
hate
that
that.
makes way more sense as to what. I still don't understand what is the point of the fucking sleep state.
The sleep state is because it's Freddy's world. So basically,
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
sleep,
but
you
nothing's
hallucinate.
different. But what are you hallucinating? You're not hallucinating shit.
Pallets, windows, shit like that. Like, for example, I have been running from a Freddy, and this dude, no cap, not gonna hold you, I threw down a pallet, it turned into straight blood. I was like, oh shit. it was, he makes you hallucinate certain items, objects, things, basically making, like, trying to get you to fall for certain shit. That shit blew me though, I ain't gonna hold you. It made me mad. Like, I threw it down an invisible pallet. Shit
Like-
sucked ass.
The people who have explained this shit to me of the dream state, it doesn't make sense to me. They're not
course.
different states. Do you know what I mean? See, that's the part about it that's crazy to me. Is like they're not different states. Like it would be crazy. What would be crazy is if like when you got put in the dream state, you literally went to a different place. So your body is just standing still in the actual map, and people who aren't in the dream state can like snap you out of it, but you're not moving on the map. But
That
in the
would be
dream world,
literally too hard.
in the dream world, you're moving around, but that's where Freddy can kill you. Like you're trying to bounce from Freddy or get to one of those time things to wake you up out of it, right?
Yeah.
But then Freddy, that means that Freddy's not in the map you are in real. He's in the dream world. Like when he does that dream world effect, he goes to the dream, like how the twins do.
Mm.
Right? Like when it goes to the little one, that big dude's just standing there. He doesn't get to move or do anything. It's only when he switches back, and then the little one's just standing there not doing anything. It'd be like that type of situation. But the other shit, it just doesn't make sense. Everything that happens in the dream state happens. If I get you off the hook in the dream state, I still got you off the hook in the real state.
Basically, you're just sleepwalking.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. You might as well just not have the dream state, and just let the nigga teleport through fucking generators on blood spots and shit.
All I gotta say is they do plan on getting the rights to add Jason in, and when they do, it's gonna be a pain in the ass.
Are you done,
They
Hugo?
have a-
Hugo. You fucking leave?
Listen, man, when you got some snacks.
Man, we'll sit here waiting on this dude this whole time. See, we should just play the game. Nigga not even responding. Hugo! Where did you go? Oh, I cannot believe I just brought in all of that shit, dude. I had a 32 charge generator, plus a 12 charge spool, plus an 8 charge spring and socket.
You was trying to make something happen.
Nigga, I was about to flex on them gens.
You was trying to make something happen.
Yo, this nigga got a mask on? What? Is that a thing? How do you do that?
Customize.
Nigga, that's kind of hard.
What, to have the mask on?
Yeah, that's kind of hard. That nigga got a face mask.
Nia got one too.
You know what I'm putting on? Dead hard, man.
Oh, what is this? This isn't my Nia.
Oh shit, where's Dead Hard? There we go. Self-care, prove thyself. Let's get some sort of toolbox in here. Oh, we're going to Coldwind Farm. My bad.
Nah, that's cool. That map isn't bad, actually.
Which one do you think is mine?
Take a car, any car.
I'm gonna pick the one that doesn't look like the rest of them for 900, Alex.
Oh my god, the price is right.
That's Jeopardy, man.
Yes.
Prices.
Did I mention I don't watch game shows?
Jeopardy's iconic.
I remember my grandma used to watch them Jones like all the time, and I'd just be sitting there watching it with her, and I'd be like, what am I looking at?
Bro, they gonna have me work to 8 hours now.
Okay, that's good, you're making money.
You, bro, this shit up. Still broke.
Yeah, ouch.
Nigga, I'm not broke. You know how much I got in my paycheck right now? More than you guys. So. Zero. Nigga, you work.
Alright, listen though.
night shifts at
Y'all
$5.
flexing how much money y'all make for real, for real. How about y'all flex how much money y'all saved?
Who's doing this? Who's doing the zombie one?
Shit, nigga.
See, that's still a dumb mentality. How much money you saved, man? How much money have you invested?
Oh, okay. See, look, pro thinking bigger on a level that we never thought of before.
No. Real talk. I just got put up on game like in the last week. I heard this nigga say some shit that made me be like, whoa. He said the problem is we have been conditioned in this society to say, oh, the nigga's on me. A penny saved is a penny earned. And he's like, nigga, at the end of the day, it's still a fucking penny. I was like, oh, real talk. How do you hit me through the fucking window?
Listen, I told y'all
Nigga,
this.
I am through the window around the corner and this nigga hits me through the fucking window.
I physically saw that. I'm right around the corner from you.
Nigga, I'm about to fucking write a fucking serious Karen note to these motherfuckers. Like, your shit is glitching. Fix that.
I'm back. Bring that killer to tournament wants some shit.
I've been saying this. I've been jumping through windows with full control, still getting hit through it. Like, I'm telling
It's
y'all.
fucking, that shit is, I didn't realize how bad it was. Like, alright, I
Matter of
get
fact,
that they were still
hit the
reaching
share
through the
button right
windows.
now and send it to him.
Nigga, but I fucking